Okay, so you're in high school, right? Your daily routine is pretty well set for now. But you know what's coming. Pretty soon, you're gonna have to deal with those big questions like, what will you do once you've graduated? And then, what are you gonna do the rest of your life?
Some of your friends are probably saying, I'll go to college, get a degree, and start my career. And that's cool. But you know what? That's not the only answer to those questions. Did you know there's another route to a good-paying job with a great future? And the amazing thing about it is that it's close to home, practically in your backyard. Hundreds of employers right here in Lawrence and Mercer Counties have both skilled and non-skilled manufacturing jobs open at their firms, and they're looking for people just like you to fill them. Not only that, there are various programs that can help you get started on these careers while you're still in high school. But hey, you don't have to take our word for it. Let's go right to the source and let Mercer and Lawrence County workers and employers tell their stories in their own words. These guys were exactly where you are now not too long ago, and they found success and fulfillment in a manufacturing job.
For Ventonsen, a welder at Buck's Fabricating, the path to a lifetime career that he likes a lot began before he graduated from high school.
Yeah, I took a precision metal class at the Career Center in Mercer there. I really enjoyed that. We did a lot of lathe work and milling and quite a bit of welding too. I really liked that. At the beginning of the summer there, my junior year, the tech teacher called me up and said, hey, I think I got you a job up here at Bucks. I said, all right. And I came up here over the summer and I really like it up here. Did that through my senior year and they hired me full time. I like welding. That's just what I like. I don't know. Pay is good, and as long as you gotta enjoy it. If you don't like hot weather, it's probably not for you. It's like putting a puzzle together. You gotta enjoy the stuff.
On-the-job satisfaction from a manufacturing career can take many forms. Dan McEwen studied in trade school to become a 3D programmer, a position he now holds at Technical Precision Inc. in Hadley.
I get a lot of satisfaction from whenever I get a hard thing to do that a lot of guys don't understand, and I can sit there and figure it out and actually get it done. Because there's some things that just, even the customer that sends it to us didn't really understand what they were giving us. They just had the picture and their customer had the dimensions and everything, so they send it to us. And we have to sit down sometimes and just think about it for a long time and figure it all out and make the model of it, whereas it was a 2D drawing where I have to make the 3D part of it. So that's very satisfying that I can do that type of thing. And then I get to see the finished product that I have drawn on the computer actually come out into a part. So that's very satisfying also, knowing that, you actually did something,
So, what's it like working in a manufacturing setting? Well, it's a lot different than the factories of your father's or grandfather's time. Today's modern manufacturing facilities are clean, well lit, and safe. And you're not usually locked into doing just one job over and over again. Rob Powell, production supervisor at Buck's Fabricating, talks about flexibility and how a manufacturing career can not only be satisfying, but fun.
From day to day, you could be doing different things. Depends on what needs done and who's all here. We're a small shop as far as that goes. We don't have a labor pool, so guys have to fill in if a guy is missing or sick or whatever. Guys step in and keep the ball rolling, basically. Most all the employees here are trained to do almost all the jobs. Gives us more flexibility. It's very challenging. It's demanding, but yet it's rewarding on the other hand. Everybody works together in a team atmosphere. You learn to work together. The guys you work with, it's just camaraderie, I want to say, of the guys. They're hard-nosed guys as far as that goes, but they're joking, they have fun, and they enjoy the day.
One person who took all of these lessons to heart is Helen McKissick. She didn't plan it out this way, but by learning all she could about her facility and steadily working her way through various positions, she wound up as warehouse manager for International Plastics and Equipment Corporation, or IPEC, of Newcastle.
Ever since day one when I started working here, I always told them, teach me whatever you can. I want to learn whatever I can. So I think that's probably what moved me up so quickly in the past 13 years was because I was always willing to learn a little bit more. Go in it with an open mind. Learn as much as you can because you never know where you can go with it. I didn't think I'd be running a warehouse, and here I am running a warehouse. So just take in all you can, learn everything you can. I've been here for 13 years, and I've seen other people move in their positions and grow with the company, and so there's always room for you to move as long as you put forth the initiative and learn what you can.
And speaking of management, we talked to a couple of people who are at the top of their firms about manufacturing careers. We asked Rana, CEO of Exaloy of Newcastle, what the appeal of manufacturing is for him and why he thinks young people starting out can gain satisfaction from pursuing manufacturing.
There's some satisfaction, I think, at the end of the day when you go home and you can see what you did because you see the product that you made. And I think that's very tangible. It's very it creates a lot of self-satisfaction in the fact that at the beginning of the day you had X amount of widgets, and by the end of the day you had a finished product that you could see go out the door. And ultimately all the people in the value chain, as I like to say, that were involved in making that happen. Much different than, I think anyway, sitting in an office, banging away on a keyboard, not knowing exactly how you fit in a link, and ultimately, I think in a lot of ways, you don't really get to see the fruits of your labor. So at the end of the day, this is, I think, what's exciting about manufacturing. It's all about being more innovative and creative, getting that intellectual property, licensing your technology. There's a lot of creativeness and a lot of minds that we need in manufacturing today to make that happen.
So some of this might be sounding good to you, but you're still wondering what it takes to succeed in a manufacturing career and whether you've got what it takes. There's no doubt you've got to be willing to work hard, but also work smart. That's the advice that Jay Martin took to heart early in his own career, and it eventually led him to his current position as Chief Operations Officer of International Plastics and Equipment Corporation of Newcastle.
Being willing to do whatever you need to do, hardworking, any amount of hours, that's the number one thing if you wanted to take a path similar to what I took. You often hear the term, work smarter, not harder. I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer in getting much more efficient, but I believe in working smarter, then still working a lot harder and a lot longer. And that would be that there's no guarantees that you'll find the success or rewards that you want by taking that path, but you certainly increase your odds. If more responsibility is what you're looking for, if the ability to make decisions more independently is what you're looking for, if more financial gains is what you're looking for, there really is no substitute by just outworking people.
So what's the bottom line here? Just this. Manufacturing today is anything but a dead-end job you choose simply because you think no other opportunities are open to you. It's actually a true career. You can get excellent pay and benefits, personal fulfillment, and, if you want it and are willing to work for it, advancement. Many employers will pay for the additional training or education you need to move into new, more challenging positions. So how far can a manufacturing career take you? Well, everyone has a different idea of how far they want to go. That's a personal choice. But as Jay Martin can tell you from his own company's experience, there really are no limits.
We could bring somebody in working in our fabrication division, somebody without any formal education, somebody with a high school education that is a hard worker. And if you would look at our plant manager that we have in Newcastle, runs the whole show. Our plant manager we have in Alabama runs the whole show. Our fabrication division manager, so we have 3 manufacturing divisions. All 3 of them were hired as welders, as machinists. And because of their talent mechanically, but their ability to learn from these other departments that we mentioned you need to interact with, it got to a point where you could promote them to the point of running the entire business because they knew the job so well, and they personally could relate to all the people they needed to manage at that point.
Well-paying careers in a variety of fields are available right now in Mercer and Lawrence counties. Did you know that average annual earnings for non-skilled workers are $30,000, with skilled positions earning $42,000 a year, and certain advanced positions earning more than $50,000 a year?
Manufacturers in Lawrence and Mercer counties are actively seeking dedicated workers in many different fields. In fact, many of them will gladly take you on a tour of their facilities and talk about opportunities available if they're asked.
So think it over. You can take the first step toward one of these rewarding careers right now. Just talk to your guidance counselor about the choices available to you at the Career Center. And there's a lot of additional information available on the web at www.industryneedsyou.com. Not just a job, a career in manufacturing. Hey, it could be just what you're looking for.